Hi everyone, welcome back to Essie's Diary. For those of you who don't know, my name is esihlemkosana and welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, guys, please do subscribe to my channel. Hit that post notification button so you can be alerted every time I post a video, and welcome to Essie's Diary. On today's episode, guys, we're going to be talking about being single and lonely versus being in a toxic relationship. Hey, my sister don't know, guys. I'm drinking wine, guys. It's Saint Natural Sweet Red. One of my faves because it just tastes like a juice. You know, you just gulp and gulp and gulp until it hits you, child. I love it. And it's nice and cold. And I'm gonna need it for this topic. So I wanted to talk to you guys about, what is better, basically, being single and being lonely, or being in a toxic relationship. Because people who are single are like, I'd rather not be in a relationship than be in a toxic relationship. And people in a relationship are like, single people are just scared, basically, They don't want conflict in their lives, they don't want to be challenged in relationships, things like that. And for somebody who's been single and have felt lonely and has been in a relationship, I kind of can give my opinion on what I think is best, how and why I think it's best, whatever I decide. Obviously, I'm in a relationship, so I think being in a relationship is better for me. The reason why, I've been single for quite some time. I mean, I'm a relationship person, don't get me wrong. I love being in a relationship, I love commitment, I love being serious. Anybody who knows me to be a relationship person. Ain't nobody in life of me say I'm for the streets, child. I ain't for the streets, don't you dare. Don't you dare even. I have been in relationships, ever since day one. And I just love being committed. I just love being monogamous. I just love being with one person where, I share everything with, we do everything together. That's like my best friend. And whatever arguments and fights that we have, it kind of builds us, even if it's not going to work out in the end. I've sort of learned something from that person, especially about myself, whenever we fight, how I can handle fights better, how I can handle, challenges better, trials and tribulations better within the relationship and life in general, So I think personally you learn something by being in a relationship. You definitely learn something. And I personally would rather be in one because I have this certain goal for myself. I'm a family person. I love family. I want a mom and a dad, which is me and my boyfriend or my husband to be with our kids. There's family trips, there's going out on adventures, taking them to school, being a housewife, being a businesswoman, building a legacy together. That's my ultimate life goal. So whatever it takes to get that, I'm going to go through it. Whether it means I'm going to go through whatever I'm going to go through with my person to get there, I'm going to go through it because life is not easy, guys. I can't expect my person to be perfect if I'm not even perfect myself. But I'm going to elaborate later on that. I just want to start with being single first. So I have been single. I think there was a time I was single for a year or two after a hectic breakup before my person now. Yeah, guys, that relationship ruined me, hey? I went through the most in jail. I'll tell you all about it in the story time some other time when I'm ready. When I'm ready, but yeah, that relationship, guys, really ruined me. It ruined my friendship as well because a friend of mine was involved. Yeah, guys, it's just, yeah. So I decided to be single because I just genuinely knew my worth. I wasn't going to stay for the sake of. And my example with that was my mom. My dad had cheated. And my mom was like, screw this shit, I'm leaving, I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna be treated like such by a man. I don't have to be. And I don't want my daughter to grow up thinking that being treated like this by a man is okay. So I'm not going to stay for the sake of, the children. I'm going to leave because of the children. So I just saw how my mom handled like relationships that were not worth it. Even my own dad, and she was like, Jesus. So that's why for me, like in all relationships, if there's a deal breaker or if something happens and I don't like it, like Jesus, fam, I'm not going to stay for the sake of. Obviously, there's like things that you can work out, but there's other things that you just can't work through them. So I've always like, every time I get into a relationship and somebody does something, I leave. I don't think I've ever had a relationship that was more than a year until this relationship that I'm in, like right now, currently. Like all my relationships before that were like 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, 8 months, and then it's over. Like literally done. Like if a woman takes the person that I'm with and he responds a certain way, I'm done with you. Like, why do you feel the need to disrespect me like that? If you talk about me, if you and I are having a fight, and I see in the messages that you were talking about me to another woman, my girlfriend is being a bitch or being rude or whatever, for me, it's juices. I'm not going to take that shit. Like, I was always that person. So that's why I was just like, you know what? I've been through so much in these relationships. Let me just stay single, basically, for a year and two and just, like, sort out my life. And then I did. And that's when I knew, like, I love myself. Like, I genuinely love myself and I want myself to be happy. And if you're not going to make me happy, then I don't have to be with you, because I can give myself everything. My mom can give me everything that I need. I still have a mother, I still have a family who loves me so much, so I can need anything and everything from them. Even myself, I can hustle and grind and do whatever I need to do to support myself. I don't need a man, basically, so let me just like relax and just like, get my shit together. So I stayed single, but I just realized like, guys, it's nice being single, definitely. You don't have to worry about who's texting your man. You don't have to worry about DMs that he's getting and how he responds to those DMs, or how he's looking at other girls when he goes out. Does he look at other girls? You don't have to worry about what he thinks and how he thinks when he sees somebody pretty. Guys, the things you think and share when you're in a relationship, guys. It's a lot. Yes, man, you don't have to stress about, a lot of things. You don't have to be insecure, all of that shit when you're single. So I was just like, this is nice. Like going to bed knowing that you're not in a relationship and nobody can stress you about anything. But then there are times where, it's like, hey, but I want a person. You see all these relationship posts, you see all these couples, and you're like, I wish though, like I said, I will to be in a relationship, and you wonder why you're not loved that way. Why somebody is not pursuing you who's actually intentional about you, not somebody who's pursuing you for your body. Because I get a lot of DMs guys just from people who want to have sex with me, and that's a norm. I know I'm pretty, I know I'm going to be pursued, I know everybody's going to be like, can I talk to you, etc. But if it's not like coming from a place of I actually genuinely like you as a person, then for me it's just like, no. So I received a lot of DMs when I was single, like, can we talk, can we hang out, can we do this? And I was just not that type of person. Like, I just wanted to be by myself. Like, I genuinely enjoyed being by myself. But I would get times where I was like, but I really do genuinely miss being in a relationship. I think a lot of people who are single, the reason why is because they've definitely been hurt in the past, constantly choosing the wrong people at the wrong time as well, or the right people at the wrong time. It's just been a constant battle of relationship, like trials and tribulations in the relationship, like abuse, emotional abuse, being manipulated, being controlled. A lot of people have went through it in relationships. That's why they've decided to be like, single life is better, because you don't have to deal with that bullshit. But I think, when you know your worth, it's great. It's great to love yourself and everything's great, but it gets lonely. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it gets really lonely, because you're gonna watch all these people going out. Valentine's Day, guys. If you're not in a relationship, you have Valentine's, you have to be out with your family or friends. Otherwise, you're going to be sitting there crying, watching all these people go out and love each other, etc. So yeah, it gets lonely. It really, really gets lonely and sometimes depressive because you think a lot, like I said, about why am I not loved? You know, why am I not being pursued? Why don't I get a perfect relationship? You know, why is there no perfect guy for me? And truth is, guys, I think once you get in a relationship with somebody, that's when the work starts. Like for me personally, like I said, most I've been in relationships and all of them were like shit. And then I got into one again with Nate's now. And I'm not gonna lie, like I've been through it with him. I've been through it with him and he has done a lot of things to like also hurt me. But I think with this relationship, I decided to stay. The one different thing in this relationship, I decided to stay and see where this is going to take me. Because in all my relationships, I was like, ah, you know what, juice is gone. You do something bad, I'm leaving you. But with this relationship, I was like, you know what, let me actually stay and see where this is going to take me. And look where we are now, like 2 places that we've been in. Well, we first moved in together in our first place, that's our second home. And I think we're good. We're in a good space together. I know he loves me. He knows I love him. Like, yeah, we're good. So basically, being in a relationship, guys, is not easy. It's not easy. You need to pick your battles, child, because you're not gonna get a perfect man. You just have to make him perfect for you. For example, guys, let's say you get a man who let's say you get a man who has money and speaks to you in a nice manner, knows how to articulate himself, knows how to communicate, but there's something that's going to be lacking. Like clearly he's not going to be good looking. He smells nice maybe, but he just doesn't look pretty, you know, he looks, I don't know, ugly. There's something that's going to lack. Or maybe he's a pretty boy, he speaks to you nicely, but he's not financially stable. Or he's financially stable, he's a pretty boy, but he speaks to you like trash. You know, so you gotta pick your battle. You have to pick your fighter because there's something somewhere that's gonna be lacking in that person. Just like you, there's some things where, you know, you're not perfect in, you know. But let's speak about me, for instance. Like, I know for a fact that I have a temper. Like personally, I have a temper, guys. I'm an Aries. I'm a fiery sign. Like I will go off at your ass, whether it's a man, a friend, a family member. I don't give 2 fucks. If you come for me, child, I will come for you. Yeah, like right then and there, guys. So yeah, and I think it's something that I've been struggling with my relationships. Where I just, if you make me angry, then I just like go all out. And if you return that energy, for me it's like, Jesus, don't speak to me like that. But I can't expect somebody to not return that energy when I'm out here, you know, all fiery and stuff. So that's the battles that I'm talking about, where it's like you both now, you know, fighting at each other, going off at it, and then you decide to like cool off and then come back when you guys are fine and talk about it, you know. That's if obviously you have worked through that, because it takes time to be at that space where you guys go off at each other and then you walk away and then come back and, you know, communicate better and say, babe, this is what I didn't like, I'm sorry babe, this is also what I didn't like, you know, cool. It takes time to get to that space, so you have to work, guys, in the relationship. It's not fun and games. There's a honeymoon phase. The issue is with people, they just want a honeymoon phase forever. And I understand, as women, we want that honeymoon phase to last forever. I personally thought, you know, a relationship is all just roses and flowers, you don't fight. As soon as the fighting and the arguments and the ugly stuff started, me, I called out. Like, I quit. I said, Jesus, I never stayed. But with this relationship, I was just like, you know what, let me actually try this out. Let me try this fighting. Let me try this trials and tribulations, these challenges that I have to go through, this toxicness of a man that I need to, you know, go through, because I didn't understand what toxic meant in men, because I always left them. You know, I didn't stay for that shit, but now I'm staying here, so let's see what this relationship is going to bring me. And as much as, there's ugly stuff, there's also some really beautiful things that I think matter more than the ugly stuff. And if you guys really, really love each other, then you can surpass all of the trials and tribulations. So basically, for me personally, I'd rather choose, being in a relationship and just dealing with toxicity within the relationship and just hoping that we get to a healthy space, then being single and, lonely and wonder why no one's, loving me and why I'm not in a relationship. Because for me, those are my goals. My goal is to be married. I want to be a wife. I want to work as a businesswoman. I want to have kids. I want to build a legacy with somebody. Like, I want to be a queen and I want a king as well. That's my life goals, I don't want to be for the streets, child. I don't want to be, getting dick here, left, right, and center. Not that there's anything wrong with people doing that. That's fine. That's your lifestyle. That's what you want to do, child. And if that makes you happy, girl, you do it, sis. You do it, ma'am. But me, my lifestyle is just family orientated and business orientated and work orientated, acting, all of it's in jail. So for me personally, I'd rather be in a relationship and just go through it with my man, and hope that we can get to a better space, But all I can tell you guys, like, being in a relationship, man, is not easy. It has a lot of challenges. There's a lot of things that you're gonna have to forgive as a person. A lot. You're gonna have to learn how to forgive. And for me personally, I struggled with forgiveness. I couldn't forgive. I used to hold a lot of grudges. I still do. I still do. But this relationship is just teaching me that, sis, you cannot be angry for 3 days. You can't be angry for 3 days. Like, a few hours, sure, but you need to let that shit go. Like, by the end of tonight, you're not gonna sleep angry. We're gonna fight it out, we're gonna talk about it, and we're gonna sleep, That's what you learn, And obviously you have to make sure that you're fighting for and with somebody who wants to fight for and with you, if that makes sense. You can't be fighting alone, guys. You can't be fighting for somebody who doesn't want to be with you. It makes it clear that I don't want to be with you. That's a different kind of story, And I'm not saying you're going to forgive now cheating and forgive infidelity, like forgive all the nonsense and the crap in the world. I'm not saying all of that stuff. You don't have to forgive shit, guys. Nonsense, you don't have to forgive. There's a lot of amazing men out there, and there's a lot of amazing women out there. So you don't have to take crap. But all I can say is, if you're both willing to fight for what you have, then you just gotta do that. Fight every day, because trust me, there's a lot of people who don't want that relationship to work. There's a lot of people praying that the relationship doesn't work. There's a lot of people who envy. People are quiet, even in your circles. People will show you the most, guys. I'm just happy for you. Yes, Gandhi. They don't want you to be happy. They don't want you to be in that relationship. They want it to die. They want the relationship to be over. So you gotta work against those people. You gotta pray against that evilness that comes into the relationship, and you have to put God first, guys. You need to pray. Pray about your relationship. Pray with your person for the relationship and for each other to just be better people in the relationship. You have to want to be a better person, not just for the relationship, but for yourself as well, so that you can be better for that person, So yeah, for me, honestly, I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about myself, and I think even if, God forbid, this relationship would fail, I would have learned, like I said, a lot about myself. It makes you learn a lot about yourself, and you work through yourself. You become a better individual because there's certain things that you've learned within the relationship. How to communicate, how to be a better person, how to, just be kind and nice and friendly and loving, all those aspects, guys, are needed. How to be affectionate, and men love women who are affectionate, guys. They really do. Women who are clingy, they low-key do love women who are like that. So I'm definitely like that, and my man is also affectionate. So yes, we love on each other, child, and I think that really has kept us going, and obviously just wanting this relationship to work, wanting better for ourselves, because we both want the same things. He wants a queen, I want a king, you know. So we're fighting towards that, you know. I think we have a greater purpose, you know. We have a greater purpose. There's a reason why God said you're gonna fight in this relationship. You know, there's a reason why the universe brought us together. So yeah, it just takes you fighting for that person who's willing to fight for you as well. If that person's not, chooses you, move on, child. But there's nothing wrong with being in a relationship, and yes, there are fights. Yes, it can get toxic, but you have to work towards a healthy relationship. It's not going to stay toxic forever. It shouldn't stay toxic forever, but it does get toxic. This is reality, guys. It does get toxic. It does get to a bad space. You know, like where you guys think you won't get through this, but you do get through it. You do get through it, guys. So yeah, like there's nothing wrong with relationships, guys. I am for relationships. I think everybody should be in one. I'm just kidding. Like, I'm just kidding. Don't be in the relationship for the sake of, guys, please. Like, don't do that. Like, there's, yeah, no. But I'm happy. I'm definitely happy. Yeah, I'm in a good space now with my person. I'm just working through me right now. I'm just, you know, battling some stuff with me. Like I told you guys in the mental health, what's the video called again? My other video, guys. Please check it out if you haven't, and then come back. But yeah, I'm just working through me right now. But as for me and my person, I think we're in a good space. I think it's just now a matter of, you know, like just pushing each other, like with work, pushing each other towards our goals, our dream, for our careers. And yeah, that's where we're at right now. So yeah, if I had to choose, you know, between being single and lonely and being in a toxic relationship, I definitely choose a toxic relationship. Because you can work through that shit, you know, you can definitely work through that. Being single, guys, you have to pick up you have to go on dates. You have to choose, you have to do that talking stage. Guys, you have to now tell this person everything, retell people all your life story, start from over. Yeah, guys, I don't have the time. I don't have the time, you know. I'm just, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. And it gets really lonely. I'm not trying to be for the streets. It's cold, guys. It's winter. I'm not trying to be for the streets. Like, it's so nice to do something with somebody. You know, if your friends are busy, you have your man. You know, you guys can do whatever, like anytime, wherever. So, yeah, I think for me personally, I'd rather be in a toxic relationship than that thing and just work through it. And just literally just work through it. But yeah, I understand people are single. I definitely do. It's just a matter of, you know, being hurt. You've gone through the most with this person, and you just choose to be single because you know your worth. But in that say, trust me, like no one is perfect. You're not gonna get a perfect person ever. That's why I'm saying you need to choose your battles. Whatever is lacking, you just have to tell yourself, okay, I can deal with this. Like you know, I can do. I just remember also, like, as my person now, I remember telling him, like, yes, you weren't my type, like, actually. But what drew me to him, I think also was hearing his voice. Guys, nah, there's something about your voice. And one of your voice sounds deep as a man, like, okay. I don't want a man who speaks like, you know, hey, baby. I don't want a man who speaks weird, like, when I do voice notes and when I get on a call with you, like, it must be known that I'm speaking to, you know, my man, a man. I don't want funny vibes, like, okay. So that's what drew me to him, like, that's what attracted me towards him. And obviously our conversations and getting to know him. And then when I saw him, I had already liked him because of the conversations that we had and hearing his voice. And then I just had to put the face to it. And I was like, okay, cool. I like this person, you know, even though he wasn't my type at first, now he is, you know. So you just have to pick your battles, and that's it, because he's not going to be perfect. He's not going to be perfect. She's not going to be perfect. So yeah, whatever toxicness that person has, you just gotta accept. But obviously don't accept trash, you know what I mean. And just, yeah, like work through it. Work towards a healthy relationship. Yeah, when if you're working towards something, God's gonna bless you. It's gonna bless your union. And you never know what might happen. Look at me, we 2 years now down the line. I never thought I would last a relationship 2 years, guys. I never thought I'd be in a relationship for 2 years, even living with indoda. Like, my mom sees that, she knows that, she's looking at me. Hey, Papa, don't Alright, guys, it has to be serious. Like, it has to be serious. And I don't want to go back home. Like, no. I don't want to go back home. So, yeah, if you willing to just, go through what you go through with your person, that's it, guys. Like, literally, that's it for me. Anyway, guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment down below if you guys prefer being single and lonely and why, obviously. Or you prefer being in a relationship, a toxic relationship, and why. Like, let's talk, guys. Share with me what your thoughts are. Are you single? Are you in a relationship? Why? What's wrong? Do you need advice on that? I'm here to give all the advice in the world. Like, yes, guys, you can talk to me about anything. Let's engage. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time on Essie's Diary.